When it is read, the report of the Commission into the Mother and Baby Homes will make very harrowing reading of the litany of suffering, of abuse, of neglect, both physical and emotional, of tens of thousands of women and children. And so an apology from the Taoiseach just isn't good enough. We've heard apologies many times before, but what's needed now is action. And what People Before Profit are looking for is for a full criminal investigation into what went on in these institutions. There are tens of thousands of babies that were abused, and there are thousands and thousands whose bodies are lying in the grounds of institutions all over this country. Something went horribly and criminally wrong, and that needs to be investigated. So there should be no sealing of evidence. Instead, we should launch a criminal investigation, and we should ensure that all information is available to all survivors and adoptees. Moreover, we believe that it is imperative that the state takes over the assets and the wealth of these institutions. For example, the Bon Secours is the biggest provider of private healthcare in this country. They have assets that are worth a vast amount of money. And instead of just issuing apologies, the state needs to do something for the survivors and the victims. Their lives, their futures, and their very harrowing pasts need to be taken care of. All of their needs, health, education, societal needs, need to be provided for, and that should come from the institutions like the Bon Secours, who've made vast wealth on the dead bones of those babies. We want to see an end to the hypocrisy of this state apologising on the one hand and on the other hand neglecting the victims of its legacy. It needs to end, and now is the opportunity for us to hammer this and to say a criminal investigation is needed and the assets of the institutions to be sequestered for the general good of society, but most importantly to look after the victims and the survivors.